aircon, watching Overwatch.
On Ilios.
Yeah.
Okay, so NoC Predators, again, like I said last week, they've had a few of those roster changes, and we'll see how they go with that roster. It seemed to work out okay.
What's your prediction, Jordan?
Jam 3-1.
That was going to be my prediction too. Okay,
great
we're
minds,
both on Jam 3-1. Let's see if we can both be wrong.
Yeah, Legabriel has also come into this Jam Gaming roster as core, as far as I'm aware now. So that's, again, obviously Legabriel has been playing as the sub for Jam, but now moving to the core spot. Not a massive change. And Outred, the sub as well for Jam Gaming here in for Prowler by the looks of things. No Prowlers there.
Start this off Elfishguy with a Farah, who gets free reign once again. We'll clean up Jam Gaming here on starting this map.
Yep, Render goes down as well. NoC, like you said, no one's even having a look at him. So that was pretty good for NoC Predators, that is for sure. It will allow them to get the first cap across. Interesting to see that Jam don't have their full core roster here today, but that's okay. They've still got the majority. And I still think that they might have enough here up against NoC Predators. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Rarely am, though.
Often are, to be fair. But that's okay. It doesn't matter whether we're right or wrong, Jordan. It just matters who plays what and who wins. NoC going to have this Rocket Barrage ready to go. Let's see whether he has more luck with Rocket Barrages here on Lighthouse than we see so often, where people just get caught here on the point and get picked up so quickly there. Yeah. But Jam, looks like they're going to bring this back. Oh. Rocket Barrage comes through, and what did we say?
Well, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
That'll happen, I guess, if you're NoC.
It's too close. That's the problem. You get in there, and someone's just in your face, and you blow yourself up.
Well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
No.
ATAR's been getting quite a bit of work done for Jam Gaming. Didn't really get too much back up in that last one until towards the end there, where Legabriel was able to clean up one of the targets that he did get quite low. But definitely keep an eye on ATAR throughout this one, as he's been having quite an impact. Now it's Render's turn, though, with the Dragon Blade.
Dragon Blade onto a team full of sound barriered players. He finds one, and ATAR's managed to de-mech Oily as well. We'll clean him up. So, looks maybe like Jam should be able to continue their hold. Essentially got 1/4 of the way there on attack for NoC, but not going to be able to get it all of the way. Legabriel trying to chase these guys down through the air, but unfortunately, Winston cannot fly.
Well, but for a moment,
work so well.
Maybe he could get a buff one day where he can actually fly with that jetpack.
You reckon?
Main tank's not in a particularly fun place right now. I reckon we give him that.
Give him Valkyrie.
Yeah,
right?
Give him Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Sounds fair to me.
Yeah.
Probably even does less damage, DPS, than a Mercy, to be honest.
NoC already has this barrage ready to go once again. We'll see how it's used this time. Special Kids resurrected Joker. That means NoC Predators have a number of players ready to go. He manages to de-mech Crimson Wolf, but will go down in return to... I'm not even sure whether it was the D.Va coming through. Maybe, I think probably dived and then managed to pick them up on the way past.
Oh, well, ATAR's under a bit of pressure there, but does manage to get out of that. Up to 80% though, Jam. They're going to be feeling quite comfortable. The Pulse Bomb eaten there by Oily. Good work.
Nom, 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 nom. Staying on the point, 80% as you said, Jordan. But NoC Predators slowly regaining their way through. 30% to catch up now. Crimson Wolf finds a pick. Outred does have this this trance, should it be needed, but I'm not sure if that's even going to be the case right now, because Jam has been finding pick after pick, and now at 82%, the point has been held. This should be enough to get them through.
Yeah, that definitely should. NoC Predators, they might not even be able to respawn in time, really, to contest this. Like, someone probably can get there for
between the sound barrier and the trance.
But yeah, like, realistically, what are you going to do here if you're NoC Predators? It's going to be a massive cake from Jam if they manage to throw this one away.
I do like cake. Jam inside it. They're on the point right now. Outred trying to stay alive, waiting for the very last moment to use this trance. Not going to need it right now. Look at that, August 9th going to go down. Ooh. Almost blooped off the edge. Going to use it to stay through, power through that self-destruct. That's 2 support ultimates coming out from Jam. NoC Predators now going to use one of their own. Legabriel's gone down. Crimson Wolf, you can see here, fighting on the point, going to de-mech the opposing D.Va. Render gets rid of NoC as well. Man, these barrages have not gone well here on Lighthouse all season long.
Well, they're a very hard ultimate to use there actually on Lighthouse, and it seems like NoC Predators are actually managing to bake a cake here, so to speak, Ben, as they appear to be able to flip the point over. And now Jam Gaming, well, they're in a bit of a precarious position, if I'm honest. They don't have a huge amount of ultimates to recontest this one with, and certainly not a lot of time either. NoC Predators have managed to make it work somehow.
They did manage to get through. It felt like they sustained through both of the support ultimates coming out from Jam. And then they had one of their own, Aesthetic, getting his sound barrier in the nick of time, which allowed them really to push through and win that fight. Even through that, even through the barrage and whatnot.
Legabriel nearly gets picked off there. Prowler quite low as well. This is looking very tough for Jam Gaming to even close that distance into the point, but a D-Mech onto Oily, that could be enough.
Self-destruct comes out. Jam has found 1, 2, 3. Make that 4. And NoC going to lose the point. And most likely the round here. Jam going to find themselves 100%.
Yeah, so they managed to sneak away with it in the end. It was certainly close, though, there for NoC Predators. But
closer than maybe we thought it was going to be there as well.
Yeah, I thought so.
So, nice work.
I thought that NoC probably should have closed it out about 100% to whatever it was, 60% or 59%. But they do manage to get the job done in the end, and it doesn't matter how close it is, really, like what we saw from that Legacy series. Even though first 2 maps were close, turns out to be a 4-0 in the end. So for Jam, they're just happy to get that 1 point on the board, and now NoC Predators going to have to change things up a little bit.
Well, you can see NoC ready to go on the Widow. Very useful here as well. And if Jam does not have one of their own, they're going to have to do some work.
Yeah, no such change up from Jam.
No.
And Render typically has been the Widowmaker for Jam Gaming, but I got to say, I think I probably prefer him actually on the Genji. Don't necessarily think he has as much of an impact on Widow as some of the other DPS players in the region. Yeah,
well, I guess your choices are dive the Widow or make the Widow irrelevant by not fighting near them. And Joker's gone down straight away. Prowler going to get picked up by NoC, so that's 1 pick now for the Widowmaker.
That's probably not great positioning really from Prowler. Should have known that there was a Widowmaker there, or at least should have had the communication from his team. So whose fault that is, I'll leave you to decide, Ben, but
too busy listening to music as Lucio, mate. That's the problem right there. Ada's gone down as well, so now that's 2 picks coming up for the Widow. NoC really making it worthwhile so far. Look at that. Render's gone down. Crimson Wolf's been demeched. Half these kills have been going over to the Widow, Jordan.
Yep, absolutely. And that's sometimes what has to happen when you have no counter Widow on the side of Jam Gaming, because NoC has got free reign. Essentially, no one is putting any pressure on him.
And now the dive's even more difficult because NoC's got the point. They're holding forward. And NoC's going to be ready here with the Infra Sight.
Indeed. So the next fight should definitely go the way of NoC Predators. They know exactly where Jam Gaming is coming from, and they can react accordingly. Not that they need to right now, because Jam Gaming is just deciding to wait out the Infra Sight, which again is not too bad of a decision. Doesn't last too long. 12 seconds or so. And Jam Gaming is going to buy them some time to build up their ultis. Outright is going to respawn here. We're going to see a full commitment from Jam Gaming in the next one with, most likely, the Dragon Blade out from Render.
Yeah, we'll see whether it's enough to get them across the line here. August 9th got the Pulse Bomb ready to go as well. Trying to chase down Aita. Not going to happen this time. Definitely have to be careful here as the Widow. Going to jump up top. And there's the Dragon Blade coming through. Aesthetic's gone down. That's 2 now going for Render. And Jam looking to get some picks across the board. They will trade back, however. And 52%, 53 now, Jordan. Actually been a pretty good hold here from NoC overall. If they can get to 60, 2/3 of the way through.
Well, it's continuing to be a good hold right now for NoC Predators, as Oily does only now go down on the point, and it does finally flip across. So 63%, that's a nice shot, by the way, from NoC.
Has NoC died yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Jam Gaming, well, they have control of the point now, so it's going to be on NoC to push in there and try and cap it out, which maybe is going to make life more difficult for them, having a Widowmaker. But as long as NoC can continue to have an impact by getting those picks, the effectiveness of pushing into that bomb, or into that site, rather, from NoC is not going to necessarily be nullified by having a Widow.
Prowler going to go down. August 9th finds a kill as well. Jam Gaming 1 by 1 will get picked up. That's 3 dead now. NoC Predators on the point, ready to bring this one back. They're contesting it and slowly picking it up. You'd like to think they get this one through and put themselves in a great position to close this out 100-40. And really, Jam's going to have to do something here. I still don't know if NoC has died here, Jordan. But either way, Jam does not seem to have a way to deal with this Widow. Ignoring the Widowmaker is not the answer.
Ignoring is not an option right now. That's certainly right for Jam Gaming. Render definitely not confident to swap onto that Widowmaker, it seems. He's going to stay on the Genji. 15% left for NoC Predators. This is the last push available to Jam Gaming. They need to make it work. Transcendence is available, though. That could be big.
See whether Outred gets to use it. There you go, going to get picked up. You see Noz getting forced back there by the Genji, trying to pick them up, and will. Though, to be fair, the Discord Orb certainly helps that situation.
Yep.
But look at that. Noz staying alive, staying strong, getting pick after pick, doing damage after damage. And it looks like, to me, NoC Predators should be able to pick up this second round.
Yeah, Noz just being very slippery there. You know, he didn't go down, I don't think, that the entire time. And if he did, it certainly didn't matter. It didn't impact it at all, really, for NoC Predators. Even despite getting dove a little bit in that last fight by Render, and then also, to an extent, by Crimson Wolf. He still manages to survive. So a good round out there for NoC Predators. Certainly much more of a comfortable win than it was for Jam in the first. Now we move on to our third here for Control on Ilios.
Yeah, we're going to move over to Well, and they're 1-1, and the thing that comes, that's quite apparent here, is that does Jam just not know how to deal with Widow? Did they think they just didn't want to? Like, if you're NoC Predators for the rest of this matchup, Jordan, do you feel like they're just not going to pick Widow into your Widow? That it's not going to be a contest?
That very much could be a possibility.
Would you just keep picking it? I don't know.
I think you would. Well, depending on the map.
On the maps, obviously, but when it's suitable.
You can make it work on Hollywood. You
yeah.
could probably make it work on Hanamura or Horizon, even Dorado. Junkertown, certainly. So there's a lot of options there.
Most of the options coming up after we get off Control and going to be able to allow Noz to use that Widow. But obviously the Pharah, much more useful here on Well. We see it time and time again, just dancing around the windmill, the solar-powered windmill.
If you say so.
It is. There's solar.
I feel like it might be wind-powered.
No, but there's solar panels on the windmill, mate. Can you see them? It's the best of both worlds.
Well, Render's opened things up nicely there for Jam Gaming, which is certainly something that didn't really happen in the last round, and as a result, the waterfall comes into effect.
To be fair, Jordan, even the wind is generated by the sun, right? The difference in heat, you know, is called convection currents and whatnot.
Convection.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm using words.
Feels like you want to buy a microwave.
Well, same thing, mate. That's like a convection oven.
I realise.
Are you good?
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Not as good as Jam right now,
well,
however.
What kind of jam?
Well, this Jam. But Noz,
strawberry.
Let's go. Noz ready with a rocket barrage. Up in the air, time to go. Time for a good rocket barrage that doesn't see you shoot yourself. That would be the ideal scenario.
Oh.
This time, going to use it into the small room, but Aita comes through, finds the kill, finds Special Kid as well. It's 3 down for NoC, almost 3 down for Jam Gaming, but they stay alive, they keep the point, and Oily goes down the well.
Aita so quick there to deny any sort of effectiveness out of that rocket barrage. It looked like it was going to be a good one, but straight away, you see that Pharah drop, and then Special Kid gets taken down. And at that point, it's just a case of mop up for Aita. He's been having a great game here on Well. Up to 54% is Jam Gaming, and they've got a couple of ultis to hold on with this one. NoC Predators, not much to contest with. Aesthetic coming up on the sound barrier, though. If he can get that one out in this fight, might be the difference.
Self-destruct comes through, finds no one. Legabril's been found. Sound barrier comes through.
Aita dead.
See ya. Yeah, Aita down very quickly there. Trance comes out. You can hear all these support elements coming out across the board. This Genji surely goes. Nope, can't find him in the end.
Well, he's going to still continue the chase, is Crimson Wolf, and Noz, well, he's just being harried, isn't he?
Yeah.
Crimson Wolf does eventually get that kill, but at the cost of a couple of his own teammates.
Look at that, a 10-player streak coming out from Crimson Wolf, finally going to get demeched here. They found 90%, Jordan, on this very first attack. They've held it all the way through. It's almost through to 99 before NoC finally flip it, but Jam surely can combine all their ultis together. Our powers combined equal 1-1 map.
Yeah, but Well can typically be a rather difficult point to flip. So NoC Predators now in with a chance, at least. They'll have some time to build up ultis here. Noz and Special Kid getting close August 9th as well. Jam Gaming not going to give them too much breathing room, though, as they start to push in. Pulse Bomb does go awry there from August 9th.
Dragon Blade in the back. Render, we're going to follow him through now, finds no one. It was Noz as well, had one. Oh. There you go, finally picks up Noz. I think maybe Render used his Dragon Blade second there. Crimson Wolf, self-destruct goes through, doesn't find anyone. Everyone's still alive for Jam. NoC Predators have lost Oily. Joker's about to go down. See you later. And Jam should be able to retake here at about 50% and should be able to secure the 100 required to find themselves this map win.
Yeah, going to be very tough here for NoC Predators to contest this one. They will quite easily be able to get the overtime, that's for certain, but there are not many players there from NoC Predators, and the respawn's going to come in a less than ideal time. So it's a 2 versus 6 and then a 4 versus 6 essentially here, as NoC Predators still desperately try to hold on to that point. August 9th dancing around in the back, and Oily able to get one. The Pulse Bomb also comes out, so maybe there's just something in this one from NoC Predators. They've made it a little bit interesting, that is for sure.
I've already written 2-1 down on my sheet, Jordan, which means that there is no way that NoC Predators come back from here. Aesthetic on the point. Special Kid coming round now with the Sombra. As difficult as Sombras are to deal with on their own, they can't do all that much. Dragon Blade. Fine Special Kid, and Joker should go down as well.
Yep. Just too big of a task ahead of them. Jam Gaming come away with a victory, 2-1. 2 very close victories, though, for Jam.
They were, but it still feels to me that maybe Jam is
a little bit ahead.
That little bit ahead.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you want, I've got an idea for a game mode. Zombie game mode, right?
Right.
And it's on wells.
Right.
And all the zombie heroes climb out of the well. Everyone that you've killed in the well is climbing back out of the well, and you have to, like, defend something from it.
The lighthouse that's...
Yeah, but the
windmill,
but it's right there. But like that's pretty close. Maybe you have to jump back a little bit. But what would that be scary? They climb. No?
Not so sure it would be, to be honest.
Right, don't worry.
The Halloween mode that we had a couple of years ago wasn't that scary either. Was it a couple of years ago?
I don't know if it's supposed to be scary, Jordan. But climbing out of the well, Diva in like a half-destroyed mech. No?
I'm not sold. I'm not sold.
All right. Well, you guys can have that one. That's my gift to you if anyone wants to.
You're welcome, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Ben. He's got great ideas, trust me.
Well,
it's full of them.
Ilios, control point, going to go across to Jam. But it was close.
It was close. I have to be a little bit worried now for NoC Predators. I mean, really, we saw them quite impactful, obviously, when they had Noz on the Widowmaker. But aside from that, it seemed like Jam was just a little bit better. So maybe
if they
there's a bit of disparity there.
Pick maps here that can use Widow.
Well, that's a possibility for them now. We can see if they go on to Hollywood. That could be potentially an option on the defensive side once we get into the streets. We'll see if Noz decides to go on to the Widowmaker there.
Well, let's go and take a look at whether it'll be Hollywood or not, Jordan.
Hollywood or Noz? No, it's going to be Hollywood. So that's, I think, a good choice for NoC Predators. In saying that, they have played it twice and haven't won it yet. And we've seen Jam do okay on Hollywood as far as these hybrid maps are concerned. But of all the maps, I would say hybrid, I think, is probably the weakest of Jam Gaming. I feel like that's where they do struggle a little bit compared to their other maps. Like, for example, they're quite respectable, I think, on Control and also on Escort. But hybrid, I don't know. It just seems to be something that doesn't necessarily work out as well for them.
I guess the other thing to talk about here, if you are talking about Phase 2 here on Hollywood, we've seen a number of times where teams on defense have kind of staggered in trying to hold point A, and the way that they've done it and not succeeded, even if they buy themselves an extra 20 seconds, it's cost them more time in the streets phase because they haven't been able to form a defense until halfway through that second part. So if you're going to use the Widow, you can't afford to then, you know, sort of trickle in onto point A on defense. Anyway, NoC Predators going to start off on attack. Jam Gaming here on defense.
Yeah, nice sort of a setup here from NoC Predators. They've got the quad tank and going the long way around. They've gone the scenic route, but it does keep them a little bit safer, and they're going to just try and get themselves onto that point, into that cafe, and start an all-out brawl here with Jam.
Well, that's what you want to do as the tanks. Quad tanks, 2 healers, Jordan. We'll see how long it takes Special Kid to get the coalescence. But for now, Legabril's gone down already. This ain't great. And no resurrection so far. Sleep Easy looking low. Both Prince Wolf and Render looking low as well.
That was a 360 hammer smash from Joker. I don't know if you saw that, Ben, but I thought
well, that's what you got to do, mate. You got to left click and spin your mouse around.
You put your DPI up to like,
a
what
bajillion.
Is it? 30-something hundred, 3,400?
Right. Look at this.
3,200.
Such a quick cap coming out from NoC Predators. Well done.
Very good. Very good indeed. That's how they wanted to make it happen. You know, you get in there with that quad tank, you get that early pick, and then you just smash away with everything.
And look at that. Another early pick. Prowler going to go down. Unfortunately, when the Mercy dies, you don't have a Mercy to resurrect your Mercy. So that's just going to be one less support for now. One person on the payload, the rest of the team holding forward.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to the time where you could have multiple of the same hero, Ben.
Yeah, well.
Then when your Mercy goes down, you can res the
Six Mercies would definitely be overpowered then, Jordan. You could never lose with that.
You could get a team res. How ridiculous would that be?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wow. Haha! Wow, great pick coming out from Render. This might allow Jam now to get a sort of foothold here on the high ground, which is what they need to do. Two support ultimates are ready to go for NoC. However, up against 3 ultis here for Jam on defense.
Yeah, this quad tank setup, I've already talked about it a few times on Hollywood. When you get to that second phase, it can be a bit more difficult because you're not able to get control of that high ground. You have to force the players up there to come down to you, and the way to do that, of course, is get on the point. Now, this is where we might start to see Jam getting their advantage.
You can hear up top, it's AVRL. That's going to be attacked by as a self-destruct. Coming down, AVRL has been picked up. I think in the meantime, there was an Earth Shatter there as well, Jordan, that sort of knocked everyone over. Pushing forward, the payload continues to go. NoC Predators now with 5 alive. Sleep Easy's gone down. Prowler goes down. Render goes down. And NoC Predators on attack looking good.
And that is exactly what we needed to see out of NoC Predators. They've put every single ulti into that fight, Ben. All 6. But they get a full wipe. They force Jam Gaming back, and now they get themselves up to a position where they have a little bit more of an advantage because they can start to spawn camp these doors more or less. And it's going to be tough now for Jam Gaming to actually get out of them, running into a quad tank composition. It now favors NoC Predators. That's a good Riptire, though, out from Render. Gives Jam Gaming guys an opening, and Sleep Easy definitely doing work as well on the Zenyatta. NoC Predators, they will be forced back, and this is now where they have to think about maybe changing their composition up because they had all those ultimates last time. They made it work. But now they don't have so much to work with on this next push. And this is going to allow Jam Gaming to get that high ground again. They're going to be able to reset themselves in good defensive positions. And is NoC Predators going to be able to push through it with a quad tank?
Well, that's it. You either need to push through slowly with quad tank. Maybe you can dive through and, you know, not even take the fight here. Maybe you come back and take the fight on the payload. They will hold on top of the Saloon, choosing to take that second high ground instead. Render already up to 50, 60% now. Look at this, so quickly he's able to get this Riptire. Very, very close. Collison's come through. 8 are going to use the attack visor. Render finds Joker. That means that Riptire is pretty much ready to go now.
Still sort of going the way of NoC Predators. Not sure who's actually going to come away with the fight win here, but I will have to imagine that Jam Gaming might just be the ones to do it. Their spawn advantage probably going to be proving a little bit too strong right now. Not to mention the fact that they're starting to get a few more picks, and those ultis have been expended from NoC Predators. They didn't get quite enough out of it, I don't think, Ben. They're going to be forced back once more. Still think it might not be a bad idea to swap off here for NoC.
Yeah. I'm on favour of that one. Maybe they make one more push here, Jordan, with these tanks. Now that you can see a couple of them ready to go with ultis. But it's not working so well. It's not working so well. And you saw when they were successful, it was because they had 6 ultis ready to go.
The thing is, though, they've avoided the reset for Jam Gaming. Jam's only up on that back high ground. NoC Predators able to get up to the high ground themselves, which is not ordinarily what you're going to see here. Earth Shatter is out. Only hits the Winston there, but that might be enough.
Might be enough. Is enough to at least get rid of Winston. Will be traded back, however. You can see that AVRL once again already has that tack visor and a nice big wipe coming out from Jam.
All right, now what's the option for NoC Predators? They do still have the Graviton Surge, and NoC's going to swap off. So a minute and a half left here. Oily still on the Roadhog. That, I mean, I guess is because he's got the whole hog coming up very shortly, but it doesn't necessarily fit so well into this composition. A lot of mobility on, of course, the Genji. Going to try and get that high ground. Winston as well. Oh, that's a good pick, though.
It is indeed, and the Riptire won't be usable now. Time for some Graviton Surge, perhaps. AVRL again has that tack visor. I think that Graviton Surge was trying to find AVRL, and it was not successful. Special Kid going to go down to that one. AVRL's still alive, pushing through, doing damage. Doing some great work, 60 seconds on the clock. Now, you have to change.
Now you have to
there
change.
We
Absolutely.
go.
Oily needs to go off here, probably onto the Diva.
Felt like so long.
Knight needs to go onto another DPS. I mean, it's...
Oh, man.
I think it's got to be Diva and Tracer, probably.
So long we held this Graviton Surge. The last push was not successful. The last push before that one wasn't successful. Held it, used it that time, didn't get the pick that they needed. Finally going to swap off onto Tracer.
Yep, defaulted back to the dive composition, but this doesn't really allow them time to build up those ultimates, so they're not really going to have an amazing push out here unless NoC has a very big Dragon Blade. That's the win condition now for NoC Predators, is enabling NoC to somehow manage to get something done here with that.
NoC that potentially is going to get caught out by Render. Nope, not going to be the case. That goes down, not useful at all. Sleep Easy coming out with the trance. Crimson Wolf has a self-destruct as well, potentially to use on the payload right now if they need to. Comes through, doesn't find anyone. Still alive, still pushing through. Aita about to get this tack visor, and that will be that, Jordan. Overtime dissipates, and Jam with a pretty convincing hold here on Hollywood.
Yes, not a great final push out there from NoC Predators. Obviously, we talked about how we needed to see a big Dragon Blade out from NoC. Well, immediately, one player gets picked, the Diva gets demech'd, and then NoC is like, okay, well, I can't really use my ultimate now because we're down 2 players, essentially. But you kind of have to, and then by the time he ends up actually using the Dragon Blade, everyone from NoC Predators is dead. He's literally the only one alive. All of Jam Gaming turn around and go, sup? Yeah. And he dies.
And what was a very impressive push from NoC on point A turned into a relatively reasonable 3/4 of Phase B that turned into a very disappointing closing out of Phase B.
That's the problem. I just think it took NoC Predators a little bit too long to adapt to the situation there. They were still continuing to try and make that quad tank work when it wasn't necessarily favorable for them. And had they swapped off one fight earlier to the dive comp, maybe they would have come up with Primal Rages, Self-Destructs, Transcendence perhaps even.
It's hard because, right, you have, I think, a natural, not you, but people have a predisposition. You've got your ultis, right? You don't want to waste it. I'm 60% of the way there. I'm 70% of the way there. I'm a decent player. I can make a play here. I can make a difference. Whilst if you have someone who can objectively say from your team's perspective, hang on,
this is not
everyone
working.
swap. Like, you need someone to make that decision because people are going to naturally want to say, I feel that I'm good enough to make a real difference here if I stay on this character, if I stay long enough to get my ulti, right?
The thing was, though, is that they just couldn't contest any of the DPS there from NoC Predators. You saw how untouchable Atar really was up on that high ground. Okay, we saw Render get picked here or there by the hook, but realistically speaking, it was a stroke of luck, more or less, when he did actually get pulled down off that high ground as well. NoC just didn't have anything that they could use to deal with those 2 players to get them off that high ground, and as a result, it was free damage coming out from Jam Gaming throughout the entirety of those fights. Now it's Jam Gaming's turn, though, to make this quad tank work. And
when you say quad, you mean 3?
3? Well, yeah.
3 tank and an Atar.
Atar might as well be a tank, DPS, everything rolled into one.
Well, he doesn't go down very quickly. That's got to count for something, right? And the sort of ruckus he can cause here, I suppose, particularly up against August Knight, who, to be fair, already has a Riptire.
Wow.
A Riptire that this time does not find success. I guess Crimson Wolf getting demech will count for something. And Prowler goes down as well from the Martyrdom. So, they're on the point. They're pushing through. Jam staying alive. The Coalescence goes through as well. Trying to chase down the Soldier up top. Should be able to find the kill. Great work from Atar, who is now still alive, Jordan. May as well be a tank, as we said before.
Atar just doing so much work right now. He seems to have some sort of magical aim where he connects with every bullet. I don't even know if they're bullets really at the end of the day, Ben. That might have been a bit of a waste.
Yeah, that's called Tactical Visor, mate.
Earth Shatter. Tactical Visor on Tracer, that would be a scary prospect, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But a push that is successful for Jam Gaming. And again, I wouldn't mind actually seeing them just swap off right now. Like, we've seen Legabrill use that Earth Shadow. Actually, that's a really good choice, I think, from Jam Gaming. So...
much easier to get up top.
Much easier to swap off when you've used your ultimates already.
Yeah. That's it. No ulti, no care, mate. Really takes the decision out of it, I suppose. Going to have to try and dive into this high ground, which is precisely what they're going to do. The Valkyrie is now popped. And NoC Predators, you'd think, would take this battle, but Joker's gone down. Render drops off the top, drops around the side, wants to go get healed up. Back up we go. Nope, never mind. See you later.
See you later indeed. Atar still alive though, and there's a Discord Orb on the Winston. Makes it a very juicy target for any Tracer, or for a Diva as well. Those shotguns, more or less, is what they are. Get in that close range, you can devastate a Winston.
The rockets have not been nerfed here. Are you talking about the...
Yeah. I mean, the Rockets too.
Enough.
The Rockets too.
The Rockets are so strong.
The closer you are as a D.Va, the more damage you're going to do.
Yeah.
And you want to get close to a Winston. It's a pretty easy target.
Up close and personal.
Yeah, nice amount of ult charge out from those monkeys.
Still
and the pigs.
Still playing on the previous patch, by the way.
Yes.
Which is how this works. So D.Va has not had a nerf to Rockets, nor
has
her
Sombra
impact.
been nerfed.
Yep.
Mei has not been buffed. Reaper has not been buffed.
Pulse Bomb comes out, doesn't find anyone, but NoC now, let's go. Has to drop off and finds no one. So that's a little bit of a anticlimax, but Render goes down. They're trying to force their way. They actually don't have to go that far. They don't even have to go the full way here. Jordan Gabriel
looking
going
bad.
to pop that Primal Rage, finding one after another. August 9th trades one back. Special Kid goes down. Trying to keep them off the point, trying to force their way through. You can see both Render and Sleep Easy now have ultimates as well. So maybe, just maybe, Jam can win this battle, win the Battle of Hollywood. Potentially here it can force the point.
Yeah, Gabriel under a little bit of pressure there, continually being forced back, but Render finds a pick onto August 9th. This is surely the go signal right now for Jam Gaming, just waiting for Render to pull that Dragon Blade out and make mincemeat of NoC Predators.
Make mincemeat of Joker, who finally manages to get a little bit of health off. You can hear the trance going out. That one's going to be a defensive trance. Dragon Blade on the attack from Render, but Special Kid finds him. Nice work.
That's just nice work, Ben. It's a little bit more than that.
Nah, nice work.
That really does keep NoC Predators alive right now. If Render would have gotten that Dragon Blade off, there was no Transcendence for NoC Predators to deny him anything. And so that's a huge play out from Special Kid. Jam Gaming going to be left wanting, at least for the next couple of minutes. You have to build those ultis up again before they can go for a really committed push like that one just there. They do have the time to work with, though, so it's not the end of the world for Jam Gaming.
Yeah, they've got a lot of time, but that could have been the time. That could have been the end of this map.
Yep.
So, going to take the high ground. You can see that NoC are being forced to defend from right on top of the payload here. Going to get forced off Crimson Wolf with a self-destruct. A good self-destruct here as well. Could really make a difference, Jordan. We'll see how this one is chosen to be used, whether you get behind the payload, get on top of the payload. Self-destruct comes out on defense. Not going to find anyone this time around, and Render's found two, Jordan. Pretty tough now. Self-destruct, here we go. On attack, comes out, finds no one. Crimson Wolf stays alive, gets the remake, pushes through. Special Kid uses Trance, sitting on top of the payload, doing what he can. But it's going to be tough.
Is it going to be enough? Render still coming up on that Dragon Blade. NoC hunting down Prowler there, but oh my goodness, the ducking and weaving from Prowler going to be enough to keep him alive. And there's no one on the point. Jam Gaming come away with map 2, and that puts them up at 2-0.
Does indeed. Looking very, very nice here for Jam. I think perhaps they're feeling pretty confident. I think perhaps they should be able to find just that one more map. However, we haven't seen that Widow come out again now for NoC, so no opportunity for that so far.
Yeah.
They will be able to, of course, pick the next map. We'll have to see what that one is in just a bit, but maybe that plays out better. I don't know. It's a little bit harder on Assault.
I think it's a little bit more difficult to make the Widow impactful on either Hanamura or Horizon than it would be potentially on Hollywood. But for NoC, well, now they're down 0-2, so it's a very similar scenario for Legacy, albeit I would say that Jam has been having a little bit more success over NoC than what Blank was up until this point over Legacy.
Yeah.
But a 4-0 maybe on the cards now for Jam.
4-0 definitely on the cards here, Elfishguy. We are halfway through our last regular season match. It's Jam up against NoC Predators. These two teams trying to play for third place in their group. The winner secures that. The loser, secures fourth place. Yep. They're all through to playoffs, but it's all still very important. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back to the conclusion to this match.